just want to say, yeah, more on who am I and why me? Why me? Why am I here? I just think the journey that everybody takes is different and gets us to this place where our heart expands and the joy that it brings. So I never would have thought that I would be here. Who am I? Why am I here in this beautiful place? I can tell you, I told Sharon a little bit about what happened to me. I can go back to the first time I went to Lilydale. I had a friend who just said, hey, let's go someplace. It's really cool. They have, I'm a realtor, by the way, my other job. So he says, let's go to this place that has this really cool gingerbread houses. You really like it. That was his explanation of Lilydale. Go to Lilydale and see gingerbread houses. So I went with him, and we went to the stump and got my first message. And that's a long story too, so I won't go into that. But Neil, we find out all these things come together, right? That Neil knew Bill formally, and so that's the first encounter I had with the message. And I was just enthralled. I mean, I just was like, holy cow, isn't this the best? That this can happen and spirit comes in, and how wonderful that I heard from my grandmother. So that was my first little nudge, and I was really hooked. But I still didn't think why me? I just enjoyed getting the messages, right? So I can remember another time just going into the bookstore and just going up the stairs and being kind of just drawn to pick out. I didn't look at the book. I just was like, okay, I read this book. I looked at the cover. I didn't understand. I had no idea why I was getting this book. And I brought it home and I read it. And I gotta tell you, I still didn't understand what this physical medium was talking about. I didn't really get it, but it just intrigued me, and I was hooked on that book. And I can't even remember her name. That's terrible. But Romper was her person who came in as a guide, and anyways, that book was just off the shelf, and I had no idea what I was reading, but I really liked it, and I didn't want it to end when I finished the book. And then I had a friend also in real estate who said to me, you know, they're giving messages at this church on Wednesday night. And it was like, I remember going, should we go? And we got there, and it was a rainy night, and it was dark, and it was, you know, oh, do we go in? There wasn't any light on outside. Do we not? Do we go in? And we did go in, and a very nice gentleman met us and had my reading there. Anyways, I'm going to make this shorter. So my friend said, you know, they said they talked about classes. So she said, I'm going to take a class. I said, that's good for you. I had to take a class because she had a little bit of, she had more knowledge of mediumship than I did. That's not something that I can do. But anyway, she started taking the class, and then I joined her. And the very first class I sat in, you know, of course, the teacher says, close your eyes, meditation. And I did. It was just a 2-minute thing. And she went around the room. What did you get? I didn't trust what I got. I didn't trust what was up here. I didn't trust that beautiful vision that I had. Well, why am I getting? So I said, I didn't get anything to the pastor. I didn't get anything. And it was a little bit later that I felt that that was my spirit guide. But it's like, why would I have that spirit guide? I didn't believe I was worthy, I guess I wanted to say. So that just, it brings me to spirit taking me by the church one day. So I went to church. More and more, I was into the messages, the beauty of it all. And I was driving and I went in front of the church. I was ready to turn into the parking lot. And there was this car in front of me. And this, and I just was drawn in spirit. It was slow motion. That's what I want to say. It was slow motion. They were like, over there. Yeah. So it was him.
I'd like to thank Inner Spiritual. Where Nancy's begun, it's near and dear to both of our hearts for night. But it's Spirit sort of kicked me out of my chair to come here and allow myself to add to this. I didn't really understand what was drawing into spiritualism. Spirituality was near and dear to my heart. Through my Native American roots, felt very, very comfortable with that aspect of things, but there was something truly missing. I felt alone. It's not only from those that got through the change called that, but also because I didn't have a community. That was missing. The spiritual community that unfolded in front of ourselves opened our hearts. They opened up our hearts to a manner of connection to community within congregations of churches, to spiritual centers, the people that we've met as we've traveled. Beautiful, beautiful people that may or may not be speaking exactly the same languages, speaking about the same topics. But what personally I've found and hits me in my heart is that first and foremost, community, looking for community, like-minded people, people that we can feel comfortable. In order to allow the love that we cherish so much, the unspoken love that we have for things, for other people, for energy, for spirit itself to flow freely. That was something within myself that as I look back at it and step forward, I recognize that it's been very, very guarded, locked away within myself forever. It still is until I hit that point where I can step into ultimate love, step into what is our true divinity, Christ consciousness. We carry Christ consciousness, God's spark within ourselves. We are a part of this infinite intelligence. We are in a physical form carrying that energy in our soul, my opinion, my words, to allow us to have experiences, to meet, for Nancy and I to meet. That blows my mind. We had opportunities through our life before we truly physically got together, that the powers of the universe were drawing us
They
together.
were trying really hard.
Yeah, and
And we missed it. We missed a
No.
couple.
I'm not gonna go there. I tried. I really
You
tried.
did.
So the point that I'd like to make is that for me, it's about healing. It's about healing. Mediumship is healing. Healing is mediumship, but it's a connection into divine source and a recognition that it's beautiful standing in the field in the peace and the quiet and looking around. But in reality, the true beauty of life comes with community. You know, somebody to share that experience with and connect with the vibration of all that there is. Nancy brought these words out. Until that point in time, I was just walking through these experiences. The public demonstration that has evolved out of our relationship and the experiences within spiritual community, for me, did not manifest into a reality until this young lady stepped into my life. We all deserve to have a voice and to put our vibration out in beauty, love. And as I force myself to remember, thank you for the opportunity to serve. The service comes through community. It comes through connection. It comes through love. Without that community, I do not have a sense of that vibration return. It's really important. It's really important to honor natural law, the law of abundance. So, and all the other natural laws, we give them for a second. But it's in giving, we are receiving. And what we receive back is tenfold or more. I've gotten back a lot more than I believe I deserve. Some of it causes me to laugh because, yeah, I didn't. But that look was, by the way, I was trying to tell Nancy this woman is a saint. She feels with me. But anyhow, spirit is telling me the emotion that I feel in my heart from the statements that I just made. I want to thank you.